Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Good morning, class. This is our fifth class or fifth episode. Let us go back and see what about the animal and plant cells before we go deep into the specialized cells. When we studied the animal and the plant cell, we see that they have three similarities and three differences. The rule of 3 by 3. That means they have cell membrane, cytoplasm, and nucleus, both cells. But the plant cell is characterized by another three features, which are the cell wall, the permanent large vacuole, and the chloroplast. And this in most of the animal and plant cells. So what makes cell a specialized cell? What makes a normal cell a specialized cell? Two differences between the normal cell that we have studied and the specialized cells. The first one, there is a modification in the structure of the normal cell. Second, there is a modified function. So the specialized cells are different because they have a modified structure that matches its modified function. Okay, and now based on your course book, we will go through some specialized cells. 6 of them are present in animals, 2 of them present in plants. So we will study around 8 ones, and we will see how they are different from each other. What are the modifications in the structure that make the modification in the function? So here we are going to take or to study two cells, two types of specialized cell. The ciliated cell with goblet cells, ciliated epithelial cells with goblet cell. Epithelium is type of tissue. We are going to come in the future about this one. But here, what is important to me is the cilia. Those projections, finger-like projections up, it's like the threads here. And those in the upper apical or the apical surface of the cell, in each cell there is a thread-like structure or a finger-like structures in above, and those are very important. They called cilia. The first one of them is called, or the singular one is called cilium. So cilium is a thread and cilia are threads. and those are present on the apical part of the surface of the cell. They present in the trachea, the windpipe here, windpipe, and the bronchial and the bronchi of animals. The bronchi are the two structures get into the descends from the trachea into each of the lung, and those are present there, the origin of them. That means the place where they are found. And then what is the modified structure? Is the presence of this cilia. We didn't have it before. And the presence of goblet cells. This is the goblet cells. And a goblet cell is the cell which releases mucus. We are going to see that in the function. So why this is important, why this modification of structure is important? Because they have to do specific function. So the ciliated cells sweep mucus upward outside the respiratory system. So in the respiratory system, when there is mucus, it swept it outside, or actually it mopped it outside. It mopped it outside. So the problem is, why outside the respiratory system? Why not downwards? It is upward. Upward outside the respiratory system. Why it is upward? Why not downwards? Let us assume that the whenever you have mucus, you mop it downwards towards your lungs. After a while, your lungs will be filled with fluids, mucus, and this mucus is going to kill you, because you are going to be drowned in your mucus, and you are going to be die of suffocation or asphyxia. Then the goblet cells, which are present here, are important and are also a modified type of cell or a specialized cell that secretes mucus, and the mucus is very important to trap dust particles in the body that get into your respiratory system. The second one is called neuron. The neuron or the nerve cell, it is the same for both of them. It's present in the nervous system of the animals, and it contains different parts: dendrites, cell body, axon, and free nerve endings. So here is the cell body where the nucleus is here, and those are the dendrites, the side ones. This is the axon, the long one, and here are the nerve-free endings, which are important. So why it is like this, not like any other one? Because the most important thing, this modification is important for conducting electrical impulses, and this is why it is an specialized cell. Let us take a break and go forward. Now we come to study another two cells, the red blood cell, which has an acronym RBC. That means it is red blood cell, and the muscle cell or the muscle fiber. Both are synonyms to each other. So the red blood cell is present, or the origin of it is in the blood of mammals, and it suffers from two types of modification: a modification in its structure and a modification of the function. The modification of structure, that its structure like a shape, like a disc-like shape. There is no nucleus to give more space, so it rejects its nucleus sometimes in its life in order to provide a room for something coming. biconcave peripheries to increase the surface area. So the peripheries are biconcave in order to uh, make more space for something coming. We are going to see what is this something coming. Contains hemoglobin. Hemoglobin. The hemoglobin is a complex compound, and this complex compound provides the red cells with the red coloration. Okay, and it is composed of two compounds, the heme portion and the globin portion. The heme portion is actually iron. Iron. The globin portion is a protein, so it's made of protein and iron. It is flexible. This one is flexible, can be squeezed to pass through the capillaries. Why this modification is important? This modification in the structure is important because it should transport oxygen from lungs to all parts of the body and carbon dioxide vice versa. Those are two gases. One is inspired from outside and the other is a byproduct of the metabolism in the body. The body needs oxygen but should get rid of carbon dioxide. So the red blood cell play a role in doing this, transporting oxygen and get rid of carbon dioxide. Okay, there is a question to your may hits your mind. Why this cell has no nucleus? We say something about that is to give more space. This is one. The second part of this is if you have a nucleus, that means this cell is going to do all the vital action. It's going to have a respiration, it's going to divides, there is a lot of vital activities it should do. If it does that, if it's going to do the same thing as other cell do, like division and reproduction and all these things and movement, it's going to be active, and in this case it's going to consume all the oxygen present on it, and this is not required. This is just a passive carrier. Just a passive carrier. It takes oxygen from the lungs to all parts of the body, and then from all parts of the body it takes carbon dioxide to the lung to be expired outside the body. The second thing is the second cell here is the muscle cell or the muscle fiber. It's present in the muscular system of mammals and other animals and made of a contractile protein. So this is a specific type of protein. It can contract this protein. Also, there is an abundance numbers of mitochondria to release energy. We know that the mitochondria are able to release energy. And there are three types of muscles, smooth muscle, striated, and cardiac muscle. This part is not found in your book, so don't bother you with something like this. This is for your knowledge. It performs contraction for the reason of movement, because by contraction we move from place to place. I always want you to remember that the structure matches the function. So when the structure change, the function is gonna change or modify it. Let us have a couple of seconds break. Another two cells, specialized cells, we should study together, and they are found in your book, are part of your curriculum. is the sperm cell and the egg cell, or the ovum. The sperm cell is produced by the testes of mammals. It is modified so it has a head, neck, middle piece, and tail. There is an abundance of mitochondria. Mitochondria are found in the middle piece, and it is a haploid cell. By haploid cell, that means the nucleus of this cell has half number of chromosomes. Half number of chromosomes. That means if the human, for example, has 46 chromosomes in its somatic cells, in its sperm or egg it have 23. So it has a half number of chromosomes. Modification is the male gamete of sexual reproduction. That means it is the part of the male gamete that can produce zygote or fertilization inside the female genital system. Okay, the other cell is the ova or ovum or the egg cell, simply. It produced in the ovaries of the mammals, and it could be a primary or secondary oocyte. We are going to talk about this in the future. And it represents the female gamete of sexual reproduction. So post sperm cell and egg cell, you can find them but in the genital system, anywhere but in the genital system. Why? Because they are designed to make fertilization. So for this reason, they are specialized cell. Also, for the egg cell, it is a haploid cell. That means it has half number of chromosomes of the normal somatic or body cell. All the above cells or the previous cells are found in animals. Now we have two cells that are found in the plants, the root hair cell and the palisade mesophyll cell. Those are two specialized cells present in plants. The root hair cell is found near the tips of roots of flowering plants. Its finger-like projection to increase the surface area. Mitochondria are found in abundance. Concentrated cell sap to allow osmosis. There is no chloroplast in it. The modified function is to absorb water and minerals from the soil. The second one, which is the last but not least, the placid mesophyll cells. This is present in the leaf of the flowering plant. So I have one in the root and the other one in the leaf. They just beneath the upper epidermis. Chloroplasts are found in abundance, and it is responsible for photosynthesis using sunlight energy to provide the plant with food. Now, by this, we come to the end of our fifth session. I hope you enjoy it, and I appreciate that you are having me for this 25 or 22 minutes lecture. Next time we are going forward. Maybe we are about to finish chapter 2, maybe 2 more sessions, or maybe 3 at maximum, and we are going to finish it. I hope you enjoy it. Wish you good luck and have a good day.